Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Booth pregame.
No debate, cause it's all. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant. Slay the competition, cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth.
Love to see this team add another receiver, whether that's trade or free agency.
That's okay. Pittsburgh's the AARP retirement home.
There's a bunt record. That person's never going to have to worry about that thing ever getting broken.
I hate analytics. I think has ruined the game I grew up loving.
I will do unspeakable things for the Giants to win this rule.
Oh, pause. Stop. Are we good? We're good. All right, great. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Korner Booth Podcast. I'm your host, Jared Clem. About to throw my laptop through a window. This is what happens when I gotta produce and run the show at the same time. But whatever. That's we'll talk about that one at a later date. But anyway, congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks. 20 Super Bowl 60 champions. Congratulations. Sam Darnold. This is like the coolest story ever. Congratulations to Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker the third. Well deserved. He looked like a man among boys running the ball last night. Apologize for the technical difficulties. My laptop and StreamYard were not getting along. And I'm trying to run 3 different programs at once just to get this show running. And yeah, real good. So, other than that, we're happy to be here. So for those of you watching us live, we apologize for the delayed start, me not being able to talk, and the double up of the intro music. But other than that, folks, football season is officially in the books. This is the season finale of season 14 for the Korner Booth Podcast. It's crazy to think about. For those of you who were not here Thursday, we will not have a show Thursday of this week, nor next Monday, nor next Thursday. Possibly will not have our next show until the end of February. This is the time I give the boys time off. We'll still be posting reaction clips, All-Star Weekend, short stuff to post on the app, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Reels, whatever. But yeah, we usually take a little 2-week hiatus just to give the boys a little bit of a breather. Other than that, yeah. It's been a great start to the show. But I guess I'll start off by bringing in my co-host, Matt. Matt, how you doing, buddy? I know you're excited for Sammy D and, of course, your fourth straight Jersey championship because the Patriots just looked overmatched. And I'm not even mad about it, about the jersey at this point. I'm just kind of just like, okay. I feel more bad for the Patriots, I guess, but it's just, it's one of those. It's just it. I honestly, I honestly want to start the show over again, but I can't. So it's we'll just grip and rip it from here. How you feeling? How you feeling for Sam Darnold? What was your reaction to the game last night?
I thought it was great. Well, obviously. So when I say I thought it was a great game, I mean that as a Jets fan watching the Patriots lose, and in reality, it was just a back and forth defensive battle kind of game. It was the most exciting Super Bowl ever. It was better than the 10-7 Super Bowl with the Patriots and the Rams. But I mean, I'm never going to be upset when I see the Patriots lose. I was a Sam Darnold guy, obviously, in the early days when we drafted him. I mean, anybody that you take a quarterback at the 3rd overall pick, you're going to do everything you can to just hope that he succeeds. Obviously didn't work out, but, never had any sort of ill will for the guy. So seeing him, finally develop that success and being able to win a Super Bowl, it's really awesome to see. It's a little bittersweet, it's a little bitter because, you wish you had that, but it's just a matter of fact of the fact that if he stayed with the Jets, he never would have came anywhere close to what he's doing now. it was best for him to move on and to find other ventures. And he figured himself out with the Niners and with the Vikings, and he did amazing this year. And congrats to him. Congrats to the Seattle Seahawks on their second franchise Super Bowl victory. Kenneth Walker had an amazing game. A little surprised that they didn't give it to Jason Myers, since he accounted for what was like 50% of the points almost. I think he knocked in the first 12 on his own. I came very close to winning a Super Bowl square in many quarters because I had Seahawks 2, Patriots 7. So at that 12-0 mark, I just need the Patriots to score. I couldn't get that one. So no Super Bowl square wins for me. But shout out to Seahawks, Mike McDonald getting his first one as a head coach.
I'm happy for the Seahawks. I love this for Sam Darnold, Kenneth Walker, Witherspoon, all these guys. They have a lot of likable guys on this roster. I feel awful for the people in my life who are Patriots fans. Yes, obviously they only had a 4-year layoff from Brady or 6-year layoff, but it's still losing Super Bowl. I was just there 3 years ago. I know what it's like. It sucks. So it's not something that's enjoyable. So the problem is, and we wanted to ignore and look at the facts, but the Patriots were here a year early.
Yeah,
there were teams that were supposed to beat. The AFC was weak this year. Let's call it what it is. The team I thought was going to win the AFC was Jacksonville Jaguars, and they lost to Josh Allen, who couldn't even hold his own against the Broncos. Then the Broncos, who look like the team to beat, go down because Bo Nix got a broken ankle, which leaves a Patriots team who played exceptionally well all season, beat who they were supposed to beat. They can't control the schedule. But unfortunately, Will Campbell got exposed. I don't know if he's going to be a great left tackle. Unfortunately, Josh McDaniels' play calling did not help out Drake May at all. It looked like they were trying to get too cute. The only time it looked like they were actually getting play calls correctly was when they had their head to the gun and they needed to move the ball. So I'm a little disappointed. I feel bad for Patriots fans because in reality, yeah, Drake May didn't play great, but your offensive line and your offensive coaching was abysmal. The Patriots defense should hang their hats. They gave it all they had for as long as they could. And also, the referees did not help. There was multiple times where I saw abysmal holding calls that were just left on the table. The catch by Cooper Kupp, no, that wasn't a catch. He bobbled it. I'm starting to it turns into a frustration thing with me, but at the same time, it would have been cool to win in New Jersey. It would have been cool to win some money because I put up some money on the Patriots. To see my ladies' team win. That was obviously the most important one. But the whole game just felt ugh. The whole thing with the halftime show, I did not care. I watched the Bad Bunny one. I enjoyed it. I mean, listen, I enjoyed the message behind it, with all the flags. He said, God bless America, and God bless every country in Central and South America. I'm like, that's cool. Cool, man. I like it. I respect it. I know people who watch the TP USA one, and there's some artists in there I like, because obviously you guys know I'm a country fan. If the shirt didn't give it away, I feel like the game was just not entertaining. The only time I felt like the Patriots even had a fight was when they went to Matt Collins and back-to-back throws. I did say Matt Collins was going to be a hero. It's just unfortunately the rest of the team didn't show up. I'm not impressed. And guys like Cam Newton got to shut the hell up. In reality, it's kind of pathetic the way he talks down. They're going to be a 7th, 8th seed next year in the AFC. No, they're not. You can't put the Chiefs ahead of them because Mahomes ain't going to be ready for week 1. Or he might, but he ain't going to be the same player. You want my honest to God reality of where the Patriots will be next year? I think they win the AFC East again. I think it's going to be grimy, though. I think they're going to be in a dogfight with the Bills. I think the Jets are going to probably steal one from them, a win, because I think that Darren Glenn with Frank Reich is going to actually like make this a legitimate team. I think the Dolphins are a dumpster fire. I think we're going back to the early 2000s again, where the Jets are kind of like that sneaky team. Patriots running the show. Bills kind of that thorn in their side, similar to what was with the Jets back in early 2000s. Anyway, but out west, I'm not liking the Chargers situation. I don't like how Bo Nix and Sean Payton are getting into it. The Raiders look fun, but they're going to be a year away.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs, injuries and age. You go north. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have three. The thing is, the AFC is going to be good next year, but if the Patriots just develop their players more and they maybe go get another weapon for May, or they retain their guys and maybe go get some help on offensive line, this is a 12-win team, easy, with a good schedule. So, the Patriots fans should hang their hats. They were playing with house money in this playoff, and they almost pushed it to the line. It's just unfortunately Cinderella came home, and it was a giant sledgehammer called the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, who would have thought, we'd be sitting here in February of 2026 saying the AFC South might be the most toughest division next year in the AFC conference. But I agree with what you're saying. I think the Raiders are going to be very good with the position that they're set up. I just think they're not going to make a Patriots, turn where they're in 1 year they're going to be in the Super Bowl. It's going to take a few years, I think, with them. They got to rebuild from the ground up. Patriots had a great year. As much as, no matter what you want to say, you got to give them the respect. They had an extremely difficult setup in the playoffs with Justin Herbert, with that Chargers defense, again with the Texans and the Broncos defense, despite the quarterback issues. I mean, that defense is still, both of those games, they kept them in check. And then, you go into the Super Bowl, you got arguably one of the most complete teams in this league with the top defense, top offense. That was just, like I said, I expected the Seahawks to win. I genuinely thought the Patriots are going to cover. I did not think they were going to lose by 16. I thought they were going to win. They were going to lose by anywhere from 1 to 3. I thought the halftime show was really cool. Obviously, me being, just a single language guy, I only speak English. I didn't understand, obviously, the lyrics and everything going on. But for somebody that doesn't understand the lyrics, the only other thing you could really do is just vibe with the music and just see how it goes. And I thought it was a great show. I was very entertaining. I thought the music was awesome, even though I couldn't, understand what was going on. But I just thought the vibe and the beats and everything was great. I thought the message at the end was awesome. When he had the football up that said pretty much "Together we are America." I think a lot of people with this whole turning point, whatever you want to do, you want to watch it, you don't want to watch it, whatever the case may be, it's up to you. I think that was a nice message to show, like, we are America when we are together. We don't need to be divided like that. I also heard there was lip singing on Kid Rock's end, but
which does not surprise me. I didn't listen. I never want. I hate when the show gets political. I might make a joke here or there because I think it's funny, but I was at a Super Bowl party where there was people of very conservative and very liberal values in the same rooms. Some were louder than others. And we watched the Bad Bunny show. And honestly, I thought it was well done. I mean, I don't speak Spanish that well. I speak maybe 30% of the language, maybe 20. So I understood a few words he was saying. I forgot to put the subtitles on because I'm not, I wasn't thinking about that. It wasn't my house. But, I thought the show was cool. Just it was a lot of, moving around craziness. I saw the side view from the stands, felt for the people who were there. It was a little hard. It was a little interesting to watch. My favorite was the jokes of all the dancers and people carrying all the bushes out onto the field and off the field. There's a few Lord of the Rings references there, which had me crying. But you know what? I feel bad because in reality, yeah, it wasn't a bad show. And the TPUSA, sure, whatever. There's been alternative Super Bowl entertainment before. And I think this has been way overblown. I think people can just watch what they want to watch and don't have to make a big spectacle about it. I feel bad for people who watch the game because this was abysmal. This was so bad. It was the worst first half I'd ever seen. I show up and one of the listeners to our show, he works the front desk at my gym, and he says to me, he walks in, he goes, "Hey Jared," I'm like, "Hey man, how you feeling?" I'm He goes, he asked how I was going. I'm like, lady's pissed, obviously. I felt bad. I wanted the Pats to win for her and her family. And then, I said, I'm like, so he goes, dude, the first half put me to sleep. I'm like, bro, I know. It was so bad. I was looking forward to Katie's buffalo chicken dip. That was which was phenomenal. By the way, I got to give my lady a shout out. She killed it. But I'm looking forward to the food at this point more than I am the game, because I'm like, watch this. I'm like, the hell? I'm answering text messages because I'm like, all right, are they actually going to move the ball? This is insane. And, the Seahawks defense played exceptional. The Patriots defense played well too. The problem is Josh McDaniels shouldn't have a job in the NFL. He is a functioning moron. Seriously. It took them until halfway through the third quarter to realize, Trevion Henderson is explosive when you get him outside. Oh, wait, we got big physical receivers who can go get the ball. We don't have to just keep chucking crossing routes. Maybe if we get aggressive, we might get a throw off or two. It's Drake May threw an interception. He was under fire the entire game. They were trying to get cute with these 5-step drops to short route, the intermediate routes, and nothing was working. So, it was a typical Josh McDaniels performance. And, the Seahawks defense stepped to the challenge, and Kenneth Walker looking like a top 10 run. We got to talk about Walker, top 5 running back in the league. That performance vaults him out of the top 15 into the top 10, borderline top 5, because, dude, it looked like he was playing Madden on easy. He was stopping, starting, accelerating, breaking tackles, catching the ball, blocking. He hit every checkbox except when they called the touchdown back on the hole, which was kind of delayed the inevitable. But, dude, holy cow. I was blown away watching him run. I'm like, oh, that's the Kenneth Walker I remember from Michigan State. I'm like, woo, woo.
I was gonna say when he's healthy, this is how he's gonna perform on a consistent basis. This is amazing. And I was like, and what a better time to do it than. I think this was his 4th year in the league, which means he's up for a contract. Your Super Bowl MVP, that's gonna hike up that value. He's gonna be one of the top paid running backs in free agency when he gets his new deal. Definitely staying with the Seahawks. There's no way that man goes anywhere else. They're keeping him in there. Him and Charbonnet are a great duo. They got something. Yeah, we talked about it, last week or so before the game was going on. I was saying I didn't think Drake May was going to play a clean game. I thought the Seahawks were going to force some turnovers, and he went out there and he went, I think it was 27 of 43, something like that. He had a little over 50% completion. He had his 2 interceptions, though. And that's what they did. They disrupted him. They applied a lot of pressure. They were in his face, and they just made him very uneasy. And it didn't help him that he didn't have any protection from his offensive line that whole game. And that conservative, there was a lot of it just felt like they were just playing it safe. I don't know. This just wasn't the performance I thought I was going to get from the 2025-2026 Patriots team, where we were watching an MVP candidate and Drake May, who came down to 1 vote from not getting the award. And then he looked like the New York Jets Sam Darnold out there, just running for his life, not sure what's going on, and just no protection. And then Sam looked great. Well, Sam was good enough to win the game. I shouldn't say great. Neither of them. There was really no crazy offensive performance on either. I mean, Drake May did have 295, but he had those 2 interceptions. Darnold had 202 for 1. But yeah, it's a weird game. It was like 9-0 at half. All I could see was field goals, and I'm like, thank gosh I didn't bet. The first drive of each one was a punt, because I think they got the field goal in the first one. But weird game. I mean, great to see the Patriots lose for me being a Jets fan, but just in general, from an enjoyment, it was just, I can respect and I can enjoy the defensive aspect of it, but I was like, come on, can we get a touchdown at all? And then he finally threw him to Barner. I was like, about time.
You know what the thing was about this? It was such a warming story to see Sam Darnold get a Super Bowl, and to see Leonard Williams get a Super Bowl, and to see a lot of these guys who were former Giants, Jets, Browns. There's a lot of guys from bad teams. DeMarcus Lawrence, former Cowboy. And so it was cool to see that. I will say that didn't make it sting a little less, because trust me, I feel for all Patriots fans right now, and especially for my lady. I know she's hurt. She's still, listen, I was proud of her. She left for work this morning with her Patriots hat still on. I'm like,
I mean, hey, you get that. I mean, I understand they didn't play well. It wasn't a great performance, but they had an
Oh no,
amazing
but
season.
they had a great season. They should hold their hand high. This
Yeah,
was
exactly.
they fought like hell. They just got outmatched. It wasn't like it was a last minute blown call. Kansas City, Philadelphia. They just got outgunned. The thing is there was no there were a few chippy calls that maybe could have helped the Patriots out, like the blatant offsides on one of those punts. But dude, like, would it really have mattered? They probably would have punted through. The Patriots should demand Josh McDaniels' resignation. That was an abysmal play calling. Patriots fans should be annoyed this morning, though. Josh McDaniels
Yeah.
played awful. Will Campbell, their number one pick from 2 years ago or from this year, was just, dude. And I hate the whole short arm comparison because I think it's a little overblown. But bro, he got cooked so many
He
times, and
wasn't
the
good.
blitz packages were coming in so clean. The Patriots O line owes Drake May probably all the gifts that he got them double, and maybe then a full supply of convection or regular sugar, flour, eggs, and everything else to bake for his wife, just to make Bakemas next year or whatever the hell that whole thing was with all our baking for the players. And listen, I feel awful for Drake because this sucks, man. It really does. But I like how he battled back and was throwing the ball and getting aggressive in the second half. It showed the kid's got heart. But Mike Vrabel's got to look at McDaniels this morning and goes, either you can leave or I fire you. Like, I'm not doing this again. Like, that was awful. Like, what did you just do? I think this just proved Josh McDaniels is nothing without this game proves the greatness of Tom Brady exponentially, because Josh McDaniels failed at 3 stops, include this counting me his third, 2 stops as head coach, and once coming back as a coordinator for the Patriots, because Drake May, an exceptionally talented quarterback, got railroaded by the Seahawks. And I want this clip by Nate, by the way. But literally, I'm sitting there watching this game, and I'm thinking to myself, what? And I'm talking to my girl's parents and my girl's family. I'm like, listen, like this, like what's going on is they're not attacking. They're not getting the ball out quick. Clearly, they couldn't block these guys. Why aren't they running quick slants, outs, screens, getting the ball out quickly, utilizing that to space the field out to allow them to run the football? They would get a nice little 10, 15-yard scamper from Stevenson on a swing route or screen or a quick slant, and then they try to run the ball up middle and get smoked. And I'm like, it's like watching Kevin Patullo's offense minus AJ Brown deep ball, like minus that. Like that's the only thing was missing. And I'm like watching this, and maybe it's because I watch so much football. Offensive play calling when it's inept makes my brain curdle. This was awful. Josh McDaniels, Patriots fans, you should call for his resignation. You should be angry and upset this morning. So, yeah. I mean, even if they had, I don't know, who's a good OC right now? Even if they had Kellen Moore out there, or
Clint Kubiak on the opposite side.
Clint Kubiak. Swap coordinators. I think this still would have been a Seahawks win by a field goal. But dude, like McDaniels, just crapped the bed, man. It was awful, and I rate watching this for my girl and her family because I'm and my friends, Kev, Trev, all my guys who were Patriots fans. Pat, like, dude, I felt awful. I'm like, this is the worst. It looked like Drake May was getting the calls in and saying, "Really? All right, whatever." Hike, and then the ball, and then he's got 2 guys in his back. I am just. We were robbed of what could have been a very fun Super Bowl because of a horrible play calling performance. But on top of that, they were also outclassed. But I got to give these guys credit because when they finally cracked the playbook halfway through the third quarter, they fought back it a little bit. But then the turnovers, once you start getting more aggressive, the turnovers start kicking in. So that's my
defense that defense had 6 sacks, I believe, a fumble and 2 interceptions. So they rattled that offensive. And like you said, McDaniels just had no answer for it. And he didn't even, whatever he was cooking up wasn't working. And he was just trying to throw the same thing out there and hoping that it was going to work out, and it just didn't work out. Yeah, we'll see what happens next year. We got to see how free agency, the draft, how the schedule and everything looks. And I'm not going to say the Patriots are going to be back there next year. Right now, we'll see, and when that comes next season. But I will say I do agree that they're going to be fighting hard with the Bills for that number one spot for the in the AFC East Conference or the AFC East division. Depends on what Buffalo does. I love the move of Jim Leonard as DC. And we'll see how the offense goes under Joe Brady as a head coach. But, I think easily you got to throw the favorite as New England right now with the season they just had. But we'll see how that defense for the Buffalo holds up with Jim Leonard. That could be a big little wild card in that race to get to the number one spot in the East.
Mm-hmm. You're going to say it now because, honestly, I don't know. Super Bowl prediction next year. Battle of the Birds. Eagles, Ravens. That's Super Bowl next year.
I'll take it.
Like Lamar versus Jalen, the battle of the premier mobile quarterbacks. I'm thinking AFC is going to be Patriots, either Patriots or Bengals versus the Ravens, and NFC is going to be Lions, Eagles. I'm telling you, it's going to be cinema. Seahawks are going to be like an early run exit, or a divisional round like upset exit. I think the Giants are going to be a fun wild card team. Speaking of the Giants, our producer Nate is back. Nate, how you doing, buddy?
Hi, boss. Hi, Matt. Good to see you, boys. Good. Feeling good. Got some things done, which is great. Yeah, just chilling. I worked yesterday, which was not fun. Well, no, it was kind of fun, actually. It wasn't that crazy as expected at work yesterday because of the Super Bowl, but
well, there's not much to go on. Like, it wasn't like an offensive high
score.
Well,
yeah, it was so like, boring, quote unquote boring, to the point where it's like there's not really much to complain about.
There wasn't even like a big injury. Like JSN was back on the field.
No. That was one of the biggest worries. But he came back, which is great. Yeah, there was really not much to complain about the game, other than some people betting on the most weirdest things, such as Green Day to perform at halftime, Cardi B to perform to appear at the halftime. I don't know. It was a bunch of weird things
she did
betting on, but.
Why would
she did? Yeah, but people are saying it was weird. Some other apps said she didn't. We said she did because she appeared, but whatever. It's over now. I have 2 days off, so I'm chilling. But good to see you both as always.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a boring game for the first three quarters. Seems like fourth quarter a little bit more scoring. Yeah, I won 96 cents yesterday after that game.
So. Nice. Look at that.
I lost $5. I originally bet I bet 7 on the Patriots initial money line. Then I threw another 10 in there yesterday. A couple parlays here. I think I lost like $8 total. Won back 5 out of the 13 I bet yesterday. So Mac Hollins anytime touchdown came in clutch.
There you go. It's kind of funny if you think about it. Isn't it crazy how you go back to 2018, the quarterbacks taken in the first round were Baker, Sam, Josh, Allen, Rosen, and Lamar. And Sam Darnold was the first one out of all of them to get the Super Bowl after 2 playoff appearances. And then you got the countless appearances from Allen and Lamar and the handful from Baker as well. To be the first one in that class to get that Super Bowl after we've been waiting for Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson to get it done. Shout out to them. That was another little pull I had to do. And also, like you were saying earlier, shout out to Sam Darnold, shout out to Leonard Williams, shout out to Jason Myers. All former Jets got their rings. Morgan Moses was a Jet for a few years. He had a great season with the Patriots. Obviously didn't work out, but I'm happy to see guys like Leonard Williams and Sam get one. There's 2 good guys. Nobody don't do anything wrong. Play their hearts out. Leonard Williams, he wasn't always the big sack monster, but he was somebody that put a lot of pressure on the quarterback and was great against the run for us. So shout out to them getting those rings.
I can attest to that as well. He was solid for us too. So him and Julian Love, congrats to both of them, former Giants.
I forgot about Julian Love.
Well deserved. Hell of a safety Love is, man. He's solid. I think he's not flashy, but he's solid, and that's what matters. So
I think the biggest thing, well, actually, so you talk about like the quarterbacks, you get it, right? We can throw congratulations all around, but it was actually a point that Miss Katie brought up to me the other night. We were watching it was an ad for something Josh Allen was in. And she goes, I'm kind of just done with Josh Allen. I'm like, and this isn't even because he plays for a rival team. I look at her, I'm like, all right, explain. She's like, he just loses. He's lame. I'm like, and I thought about it. And then, we talked about how him and Lamar have very similar skill sets, but Lamar gets blamed for everything. Josh Allen gets every excuse in the world.
Yeah.
Let's call a square here. Lamar isn't the reason the Ravens keep losing. He plays okay or good in every loss. It's the fact that either the defense or there's a special teams or coaching faux pas. So I'm saying, like, dude, like we got to look at Josh Allen and Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert through these different lenses, because in reality, there's three quarterbacks I look at. I'm like, all right, I put weapons around them. They're making deep playoff runs. It's Mahomes, it's Lamar, and if their coaching doesn't screw it up, and it hurts. That every other quarterback I can throw a yeah but game in. I've seen a yeah but game from Burrow. I've seen a yeah but game from Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, many from Justin Herbert, many from Trevor Lawrence, many from any other quarterback. Matthew Stafford, another one. We've seen a yeah but game from him before. But honestly, I'd put him ahead of Herbert or even ahead of possibly Allen at this point. So we gotta look next year when we do our quarterback rankings. We have to really evaluate this and say, hey, maybe we really got to start looking at Josh Allen, take the rose-colored glasses off, because yeah, he's fun to watch. He's reckless. He's a guy's guy. You can see him doing a compilation of his off and on the field stuff with like My Own Worst Enemy by Lit or something like that, like some like punk rock, pop punk like sounding stuff from the early 2000s. But in reality, we got to start looking at quarterbacks differently, because Sam Darnold just won a Super Bowl before Baker, before Lamar, and before Josh Allen. I mean, listen, Josh Rosen's a great financial advisor, so 10 guys did make a mistake before him. But I will say this, right? I want to be real about the whole Josh Allen thing, because we'll put this to bed right now. He is a top 10 quarterback in this league, no question, and he's a top 5 talent wise. But there's a reason when they put up Super Bowl MVPs, there's only one modern day quarterback there besides Tommy. You know why? Well, the reason one, Mahomes was hobbled. The other reason is Jalen Hurts is better, baby. It's what it is. Because we go back to this. We go back to this thing every single year. And I believe all the big 5 quarterbacks, you know what the record is against Hurts? You take out Mahomes' 1 Super Bowl win and his win in 2021. I think they're like 1-9, 1-10. Burrow's winless. I think Herbert's only was a running record against Hurts at 2-0. But both of those were late game choke jobs by the defense. So he wins, especially in the playoffs. He owns Josh Allen. So owns Lamar, owns Burrow, owns Mahomes. Owns Stafford. Let's be honest. Nick Sirianni owns Sean McVay, and it is my favorite thing in football. You can call somebody a football genius all you want, but in reality, there are certain coaches who can just get under your skin and beat you every time. And Nick Sirianni owns a permanent residence in Sean McVay's backyard. There's the pool, there's the house that you saw during during the COVID draft. And there's Nick Sirianni's little like bungalow apartment out there where he can just yell at Sean McVay every time he wants. But way to put a thing in the NFL season. Obviously, Thursday night they announced Matthew Stafford got the MVP. Congratulations to him. No surprise, JSN got the Offensive Player of the Year, and Myles Garrett got Defensive Player of the Year. Well deserved. Offensive Rookie of the Year, I believe, was
McMillan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Defense was Schlesinger, which was very cool for him. But the McMillan thing made me happy because me and DJ, the McMillan truthers, were like fist pumping the whole way. We're like, who called it? We did. So that was kind of cool. I love standing on business with my takes. I told you more. He was a more fluid Drake London. I was like, oh, he's too soft. It's like, is it really? Or you guys just watching have to get bracketed every time he plays a game? But yeah, the NFL season's in the books.
I think some people were a little cool on Tet McMillan before when they had that clip of him saying that he doesn't really watch film or anything like that. But hey, you know what? You won Offensive Rookie of the Year. You did that with the Panthers, who have not been a good football team for a very long time. You know, they went 8-9, not great. Still won the division somehow. We've seen it before with the Seahawks got playoffs once at like 7-9 or 7-9. Yeah, because you have to go back to before there was 17 games. So it's not impossible to do. The Giants, I'm pretty sure, handful of years ago, were what, 6 wins, 7 wins, and they were that one game where the Eagles didn't win. They didn't.
Yeah, it was. It came down to the last game where the Eagles benched their starting quarterback for. I'm not salty about it. Like I'm not salty about it. I'm not trying to be salty. But I'm just that's what the game when they benched their starting quarterback and I forget who they put in.
Nate Sudfeld.
Commanders would win. Thank
I
you.
was referencing that because that would have been an example of a team with a losing record that almost got into the playoffs and everything. So for him to get that award with the Panthers, even though Bryce Young played much better compared to previous seasons, so shout out to him for that as well. Schwarzenegger had a great year. I think Vrabel had Coach of the Year, and I agree with all the rest of the awards. I thought Matt Stafford was a clear-cut MVP. He had better stats. It's a regular season award
and their offense was good because of him. It wasn't good because of the Patriots' offense was good because of the weapons they had and because the run game and the.
Well, you could argue the Rams' weapons are better in a way, but in terms of performance themselves,
but the passing games made that team lethal, and the defense failed the Rams in those playoffs. Wasn't Stafford?
No, for sure, That's why the Patriots.
He also had, I mean, I know to say he had 400 more passing yards isn't a huge number. You're talking about one game difference, really. But he had 15 more touchdowns than May. Still had the same amount of interceptions. So the fact that he threw more, had more touchdowns, still didn't throw more than 8 picks, I mean, that's the closest I've seen somebody.
You gotta give him his love, man.
That was the closest I've seen a quarterback almost get to 50 touchdowns in a while, I'm pretty sure. So
we're going back to what, Brady or maybe Brady or Manning. Mahomes. Mahomes in 18. That's the last one.
Yeah. So I thought this was a really special year for him, especially for him to have, like you said, the year he had at his age at 37, going on 38. So he definitely deserved it. But
and he's coming back, which is gonna be nice to see. A chance to win it, maybe one more in his home stadium before maybe calling it quits next year.
Yeah,
it's in SoFi, so
So all right, a little breaking news. Alabama setter Charles Bediako's injunction to continue playing for Alabama this season. Remember, he was one of the guys who he went to the G League, WNBA. He went to the NBA draft, got drafted, G League reject, comes back to college on some loophole, and there was an injunction filed. It was denied. He is no longer eligible to play for Alabama.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's just the fact that he's not the only example. There's another one too. I think his name is Amari Bailey. He's another.
Just really, where
NBA players?
Who's he playing for? Who's he playing for now?
He's trying to go back to UCLA.
Yeah, the name sounded so familiar. Mediocre. I
drafted
forgot,
by the Hornets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. It's so stupid, man. Just dude, there's really
no point going back. You lose. That's it.
Yeah, you're going back to college for what? You're not gonna raise your stock any better there. You might as well just go overseas or something. There's plenty of opportunities out there. You just gotta go do it, or you're just trash. Simple as that.
Listen, go play over. Go be like Taco Fall. Go be an MVP candidate in China, bro. Seriously, why not?
Taco. Oh man, imagine a team. I know it's different sports. Imagine a team where you could have had Taco Fall and Taco Carlton.
The Taco Brothers in Mexico too. Oh my God, that'd be gold.
When do you guys want to talk about Mr. Pierce down in Atlanta? I have a little thing bookmarked.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only other things I had in the docket for today were James Pierce Jr. and the MLB being greedy. Nate, can you look up the specifics for this ESPN MLB.TV thing? Because I want to know if I have to pay ESPN, those schmucks up in Bristol, more to watch my Diamondbacks, or can I just pay for dbacks.tv? And this goes for every team. What is happening? Can we get some info? I read the article this morning, but I want to make sure I'm right about this. Matt, what happened with James Pierce Jr.? I heard about this. I read this morning while I was avoiding going out into society. What happened in Atlanta with Mr. Pierce?
All right. Well, first, before we get into that, I just want to say breaking news. They have officially made it official. Clint Kubiak is the new head coach for the Vegas Raiders.
There you go.
That was as of like 10 seconds ago. So this all involves James Pierce and his, I believe now ex-girlfriend, Rakia Jackson, who is just a star in the WNBA right now. I believe she played for LSU in college, but she's a WNBA star right now. So Rakia Jackson told police that she broke up with Pierce, ending a 3-year relationship with him. She blocked his number so he couldn't reach her. Instead, he would use other phones to text her. This past Friday, I believe it was, she texted him to leave her alone, and she wanted nothing to do with him. And then Saturday morning, while she was driving around, apparently noticed that he was following her in his Lamborghini. He allegedly got out of the car, tried to open her door. She accelerated away, drove towards the police department for safety, obviously. He got into his car, followed her, tried to rear-end her car near the police station, and when she tried to back out, collided head-on with her car. Police arrived, ordered him to get to the ground, and he got back in his car, locked it, and drove away. He actually apparently struck a police officer in the whole instance of it all. And he crashed at an intersection, attempted to run away, and resisted arrest. And now he is obviously, I'm assuming, in custody. I think he made bail, or he posted bond. But I don't know. I mean, you ask me, this sounds like somebody that just ruined his NFL career. I would assume this is probably going to be, I think I saw somewhere that he's facing minimum 5 years, if everything were to,
Yeah, good job, Arthur Blank. Good job, Falcons organization. You guys are you guys have done it again.
Well, that regime is gone, so
here's the crazy thing about James Pierce Jr. Like there was one of his ex high school teammates was talking about how crazy this dude was, like out of control temper issues, like loses his damn mind so fast, and I'm kind of like. They still listen. I'm kind of happy Philadelphia. Usually, I'm one to not ignore character concerns in the draft process. I look at straight talent because I look at like teams like Philadelphia who are able to reform Michael Vick and other players, and I look at teams like the Patriots who are able to kind of absorb guys who had trouble pass and make it work. Same thing with like the Seahawks, other teams that are able to take Steelers. Same thing, right? I thought the Falcons could maybe help this kid and make him a superstar. Nope, he done. He ain't playing until he's 28 if he's lucky.
Yeah, no. And I hope, prayers to Jackson and hope she's doing okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but, that's above all things. That's to make sure the ex-girlfriend's okay, because that's above all else. We do not condone domestic violence by any sort. It is awful and is horrifying and it is shameful and and just you're not a man. James Pierce Jr.
And even if he does, obviously not go to jail for anything, like if he does not go to jail, the NFL will probably suspend him or
he's done
for quite some time.
He's done indefinitely. Yeah. He's getting the Greg Hardy treatment.
Cool.
Yeah, so which means he's going to go to the Cowboys.
Right. Yes.
Leave it to Jerry. Listen, all this is we until he's actually arraigned. It's technically still allegedly, but we have our opinions. We know we've heard everything we need to know. But just so we're not sued.
Anyways.
Okay, so let's talk about the dipshits at Cooperstown and the rest of Major League Baseball.
Indeed. So initially, right, the idea was that fans would not need to use the MLB app for MLB TV. They could just purchase the product of the ESPN app and watch the games there, which is great. Then ESPN said, nah, not this year. No, sir. Fans will still be able to access MLB.TV directly through the platforms, but there's a big catch. Subscribers will also need to be ESPN Unlimited subscribers to purchase the package. In other words, you need to purchase MLB TV, which is priced at $150 per season and $135 for returning subscribers, in addition to the ESPN plan, which is $30 per month. Now, there are some caveats. MLB.TV offers a free month of ESPN Unlimited upon sign-up. So after the month passes, you can cancel the ESPN subscription and still retain access to MLB.TV. So basically, Just create a new account, sign up with MLB.TV, get the free trial with ESPN Unlimited, use it for a month, cancel it before the month expires or the month ends, and you'll have MLB.TV for the whole.
This
for the
is
whole year.
disgusting. I
Or you're
hate
like
it.
me.
They literally are ruining sports for people.
Yeah.
And
Or you got to be like me, who I got to pay $30 a month or $25 a month for a Gotham sports thing just to watch the Yankees because I don't get Yes on YouTube TV, and it's also all blacked out, so I have to have that just to watch the games if they're on Yes. So then you got to pay extra for if you want to get the ESPN thing, then you got to pay for me. I got to pay separate for streaming just to get my other game too. I don't want to pay $150.
Yeah, I pay $100 a year for dbacks.tv. That's all I should have to pay to watch my one team. Like, it's not.
It is unclear. It is unclear as to what this will do for anyone who buys a single team version. So
I hope this bankrupts. Dude, I'm sick of ESPN ruining sports, and I want the day to come where they really catch it. I do. The thing is, I've applied for jobs there multiple times. Never got an interview. Never got a call back. That's not like I did make an interview once, like in 2019, but like, dude, they're ruining sports for every day, man. It shouldn't take a half of a freaking paycheck to just pay for sports coverage. I love YouTube TV. They have a great service. Is it expensive? Yeah. Is it worth it? Also, yes. Did I wise up and cancel my NFL Red Zone on time so I wouldn't have to pay during the offseason like I have the last 3 years? Yes, I finally learned my lesson. But it's $10 a month because they put like the Zone and Goal Zone and a couple other crazy networks I've never heard of in the ping pong channel or whatever the hell they wanted to sell to me. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, like, I understand why that is because I can watch 4 college games. I can watch 2 pro football games. I can watch 2 NBA games, a UFL game, and an NBA game. I love it. I love the fact I can throw all this together in one. Last year, I watched the Battlehawks, the Timberwolves, and the Celtics all on one screen. All right, maybe it was the Knicks. Knicks Pacers. I can't remember. I had them all on one screen. And then on my little side screen, I had Backs.tv watching my Snakes. It was amazing. I think on another screen, I had Xbox going too. Like that is what dreams are made of for a kid like me with ADHD. That is okay. MLB.TV single team package is a brilliant thing. I don't want to watch the A's or the Yankees or the Phillies or the Red Sox. I don't care. If they're not playing my Diamondbacks, I don't care. I really don't. See, with basketball, like if I go to see a Celtics game with my girl, right, I get to go see Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and whoever they're playing, which is cool, right? Same thing with football. If the tickets aren't bad, if it's like Chiefs versus Giants, dude, I get to go watch Mahomes play live. That's crazy. I get to go see Isaiah Pacheco and a couple other good players in the Chiefs defense. On top, I can see like Malik Neighbors and Cam Scatterbo. Cool. But the MLB is a little different. It's super regionalized, which they should play off of. Like, listen, if it's but if I'm watching it on TV, dude, I don't care. I don't need to watch like 16 teams. Like, I'm not interested in Rockies versus Royals in mid-September. I'm really not. So, in reality, the MLB is about to make a huge mistake if they let ESPN ruin this because it's the one thing they have over every sports league. I watch my one team. I'll watch nationally televised games if they're available, if it's a good matchup, pitching or hitting, whatever. And that's it. You still have the stars promoted. Like, you still have all this great stuff. And that's it. But, ESPN's going to ruin it because they ruin everything. So, yeah. Nate, you're smiling like crazy. What do you got for me?
No, it's just funny how I enjoy it. I'd enjoy seeing you.
I was going to say
about this stuff. Like, it's funny.
I was going to say ESPN. I mean, they already ruined wrestling. You got to pay $30 a month just to get access to the pay-per-views, and now they're coming for baseball.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Well, at least Paramount Plus is doing it right. We can watch all the UFC fights on there.
That is true.
That is awesome, man.
Like I have Paramount Plus. I'll probably watch next UFC fight. I'm down.
Yeah. And you know what? Listen, let me just say, before you were paying $11.99 a month for ESPN Plus, and then you had to pay another $80 for the pay-per-views. I don't care about all the ads that I watched during this last UFC pay-per-view.
No, sir.
The fact that I am getting the pay-per-views for under $10 a month, and I'm saving probably like $100 a month by not having to go through the hassle of having the subscription to pay for the pay-per-view. I'll take all the ads in the world. I don't care. $8.99, I get UFC every month for free. Sign me up. I don't care if
you
you're going
watch
to
all
show
the
me
fights too. You're not missing anything.
Yeah.
You can watch the prelims, the main card, everything. It's amazing.
Yeah, it could be. Listen, this is going to be a 3-hour event. You're going to have 30 minutes of ads. I don't care. I'm saving $80 by not having to pay for that stuff anymore.
Yeah, it's the whole thing with it's annoying with like having ads and streaming services now, but like in reality, like that's what we had in TV for years. And to be honest, like I'll go do something on my phone. I'll knock out some push-ups. I'll go do some dishes, whatever. It's not really the biggest issue to me.
Dude, it's actually nice.
Ads during movies irritate me. That one I get irritated about. But ads during TV shows, go for it. Whatever. If I gotta have a break in the middle of Bob's Burgers to see an ad for Clorox, great. Ad in the middle of Lord of the Rings, I want to start throwing things.
It is nice after every round of a UFC fight. I don't have to sprint to the bathroom and hope I make it back in time and don't miss like a 3rd round knockout. Now I have a good minute and a half of ads to go do what I got to do.
That happened once when we were all you, me, and Pat were watching a UFC fight. I literally went to the bathroom. I hear you guys screaming, and some kid got knocked out during the prelims. I'm like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah. So now it gives me a nice bathroom break.
I feel like the prelims are always are better or sometimes better than the main card because like prelims are full of like fighters who like they have something to like. Obviously, everyone has something to fight for, but there's more motivation with the prelims, because like they're trying to make it.
Yeah, you want to be a main card fighter.
Exactly. So that's when you might see more of like the knockouts and stuff compared to like the main card and stuff.
I will say this: I just realized something before we get off the MLB topic. MLB.TV has actually very good customer service. So I may reach out through their customer service. Very helpful people on the phone or in person. I will say that the MLB.TV has very good customer service. I'm going to ask, like, am I just good for DBacks.TV as a Connecticut resident? Because if that's the case, then I don't care. Like, I pay for ESPN through YouTube TV. I don't have the subscription crap because I think it's a scam. I think ESPN deserves to get gutted and start over. I feel bad for all people who work there, but Disney has inflated it into this behemoth mess that needs to just chill. But I'm going to see, because if there's like, no, you're good, Diamondbacks, fine. I mean, you might miss a game or two, and if it's behind like an ESPN Plus paywall, but if you're grandfathered in through automatic resubscription, you're cool, man. So even if I'm not, I think I have until February 28th for them to bill me. I'll happily do that, even if they jump me up $10 a month for $110 for a year, $110 for 162 games, or $150 depending on blackouts. Okay, like I'm good with that. Like y'all know, Diamondbacks game is on. If it's a night where I'm not doing anything, snakes are on. I'm doing stuff around the house.
Yeah,
I want to have Ace T. He sent the long one. Oh God, I can't wait to hear her for 81 games and the other guy for 81. I love Chris Carey, by the way. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about the A's still. It's like, I don't know. Sacramento's just so depressing. It's not them playing there. It just makes me depressed. I miss when there was an Oakland. Is
Sacramento closer to you, or was Oakland closer to you?
I mean, they're both like an hour away.
So okay, that's like us going. That's like going to New York versus like going. I mean, going to New York versus going to like Providence, same distance.
Yeah, I mean, it's stupid to say, but Oakland kind of seemed more fun. But like, because you could take the BART there if you want to, or you could like, or the, it felt more authentic going to the Coliseum instead of going to stupid Sutter Health Park where it's a minor.
Have you gone to Sutter Health Park yet?
Nope, don't want to. I immediately when I heard they're going to Sacramento, I saw that ballpark. I'm like, nope. I played it in the ballpark in MLB The Show. It is not nice at all. So
I think I did too. It just looks like the generic minor league stadium that you play in when you're in the minors.
See what they have in right field is a bunch of grass and trees. Like, oh my God. Wow.
I mean, I kind of hope they build some stands this year, just like temporary stands.
There's no plans.
Nope.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
Just so stupid.
Yeah.
All right.
Something that unfortunately just broke out about 5 minutes ago from Adam Schefter. I saw it. I couldn't find it on Twitter, but I found it on Facebook. Apparently, 49ers defensive lineman Keon White was shot in the ankle early this morning in downtown San Francisco. He is currently undergoing surgery at a local hospital. They'll provide updates when appropriate. I assume he's going to be okay, but just crazy stuff in this world. 5 minutes ago, they just said he was shot earlier this morning in the ankle.
Schefter says non-threatening. It was non-threatening right now.
So
prayers to him.
Yes, prayers to him. Speedy recovery. I hope he comes back strong and this season in the fall. But gosh, it's just terrible. It's just so much crazy stuff going on. I think Cardi B and Stephon Diggs broke up too. I think.
Yeah, apparently, reportedly. Reasons are unknown, but there are a variety of them, including things that Stephon may have done. But also, some other reports say that they're just taking a break, which means we all know what that means. So obviously, taking a break. I'm like, all right, buddy, just call it quits. Hey, Cardi B making smart decisions. The second man to get her pregnant and might leave her. So,
sure.
Also,
little baseball. Possible breaking news. Not happy about it, but I'm not angry about it. Possibly Zach Allen to the Padres, not confirmed yet. I've seen two reports now from one reporter, Jenna Toles, who did break Mason Miller to the Padres last year. So take it with a grain of salt, but we'll see. Zach Allen could be going to San Diego. I'm not pissed. I'm sad, but Zach Allen, his career peaked when he almost hit the Rangers in the 03 World Series, 2023 World Series, and then his career kind of went afterward.
Good point. Yeah, he went 2.54 ERA in 2022, then went up to 3.47, 3.65, and 4.8. You shouldn't be too mad if he moves on because the Padres are just probably
they're going to overpay him. They're going to overpay the hell out of him.
That's fine. He was great.
I mean, listen, give us some scraps, man. Like we get Corbin Burns back in June. Who?
Gallon's
I'm saying, yeah, go out and sign some scraps. Go out and get some guys who maybe had a bad stop, who were good to stop. I love what we just did. We got rid of Blaze Alexander, who's just going to sit behind Jordan Lawler on the bench. And now we got a good setup, man, for J. Martinez. I'm good with it.
Last year, the Arizona Diamondbacks did something that nobody really thought they were going to be doing, which was go and pick up Corbin Burns. It was a complete dark horse out of nowhere thing. Maybe this year, maybe they go and get Framber Valdez. I'm pretty sure he's still available.
He's a loony.
Oh, he's not? Where'd he go?
He went to the Tigers.
That's right, yeah. Friday night went to the Tigers. Who's available for pitcher still in that Gallons off the market, Nate?
Your favorite, Jordan Montgomery.
Hey, fat boy! Honestly, Montgomery. I don't even mean it's just it's not even the I got mad because he looked like he put on weight to go play at Arizona. It looked like he didn't take the contract seriously.
There's plenty of pitchers out there.
I know. And honestly, in reality, we're gonna be fine. It's it sucks, but I mean, listen, maybe we got one of these young guys who comes in. And Ryan Nelson last year was almost unhittable. So when he was actually a starter, so I'm okay with it. Zach, we love you, buddy.
Nestor Cortez.
All right. Well,
Nestor Cortez, Chris Bassett, Giolito,
Nasty Nestor.
No. I mean, he'd be a good fourth guy. I mean, Chris Bassett's not gonna be bad. You can do the whole when you got the Madison Bumgarner thing, get a big veteran like Scherzer, Verlander, and hope that they got something left. Nate, what do you know about this Schumann guy?
Max Schumann?
Yeah, because the Yankees just traded for him.
Ass. Move on.
Nice.
Don't know why.
That's what I like to hear.
All right. That's the perfect way to end the show. Shout out to our sponsors. Righteous Felon, promo code BELLYUP for 15% off. Camps.com, promo code BELLYUP 20% off your purchase at checkout. And, of course, our friends over at SeatGeek, $20 off your first initial purchase with the code BELLYUPSports. Only first only, and make sure, and there's some restrictions may apply, so make sure you put it in before you do it. Either way, have a great week. Rest of February, honestly. This has been season 14 of the Korner Booth. Season 15 kicks off I believe I can tell you actually right now, unless something breaks. So bear with me here. Our next show would be either Thursday the 26th or Monday, March 2nd. We will let you guys know.
Damn, we got a long vacation. Holy crap.
You guys, well, we're still doing content. We're still like, gonna
Yeah.
record like TikToks and videos and stuff like that, but like
Yeah.
it's gonna be mostly short form for the rest of the month. So
3 weeks for me to create a new background, new everything. I got your back, boss man.
Nate to get in the lab. Me and Matt will just take care of social media.
Yes, sir.
And I gotta go do board of director crap. Great.
And he waddled away. Waddle.
All right.
Every next day.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure for our 14th season. Shout out to all of our guests who came through this year. New ones like Erica Renee Davis, old ones like Kev DJ and the rest of the gang. We appreciate you guys for coming through. Off season is always fun. Draft previews, baseball check-ins, football check-ins. MLB free, NFL free agency, MLB trade deadline, home run derby special. We do a lot. So trust me, in the NFL draft pregame
weeks.
I'm ready. All right, boys.
Zach Keelman.
Enjoy your vacation. Folks, we'll see you back end of February. And yeah, have a good week and congrats. Oh yeah, by the way, UFL preview with Zach Kyleman.
There we go.
It's confirmed. It's happening. We don't know a day yet, but he's coming back.
DC Defenders, the beer snake is back.
Yes, sir, we are. I feel so weird rooting for them. But
the Battle Chickens have one more season to make me proud.
This is going to be a great
Storm,
year,
bro. The Orlando Storm or whatever other teams that exist.
Sounds like a WNBA team.
Yeah, it does actually. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great month of February. Happy Valentine's Day to all of those y'all celebrate. To all those y'all who hate it, think it's a Hallmark holiday. Unless you're in a relationship, you're right. So, but if you're not, you better treat your woman or your man correctly. All right, there you go. There's your wise words from Jared. Have a great time. Have a great week, folks. We'll see you guys in a few weeks. If you guys watch the NBA All-Star game, I'm sorry. And we'll see you for the Combine. Peace.